We begin this dark and heartbreaking movie with Ra's al Ghul, the leader of the League of Assassins, realizing his mistake in allying himself with the Joker he refers to as a madman. He intended to use the Joker as a distraction to destroy Europe's economy, when instead, he captures Jason Todd, the second Robin and Batman's sidekick. In the outskirts of Bosnia, Joker holds Jason captive and brutally beats him up with a crowbar. When he is done, he locks him in an abandoned warehouse with a ticking time bomb. Batman is on his way to rescue him but cannot reach him in time before the bomb explodes and kills Jason. Batman regrets being unable to reach him in time as he carries his dead body. 5 years have passed, and Gotham City continues to be riddled with crime. The Red Hood calls in a meeting of the city's most prominent drug dealers. He announces a violent takeover of the drug trade in exchange for protection against Batman and the Black Mask, a criminal mastermind of the underworld. He claims that he will only be taking 40% of the profits, which is more generous when compared to the Black Mask. He has one condition: never dealing drugs to children. Anyone caught doing so will be killed on the spot. To convince the drug kingpins, he tosses a duffel bag with the heads of their lieutenants as a threat if they ever decide to go against him. At the port side on the other side of town, a group of thieves tries to escape with a stolen shipment meant for the Black Mask. Batman thwarts the attempted theft and tries to interrogate them when the cargo opens to reveal a highly advanced cybernetic android, the Amazo. Batman explains that the Amazo can absorb the power of superhumans to defeat its opponents with their powers. Batman heads on to confront it when Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, arrives to help him. They struggled to beat it, given they didn't have superpowers. Batman tries to slow it down with his exploding devices, but Nightwing gets caught when they try to go to higher ground. Batman explains that the Amazo shares the same weak points as human beings, so Nightwing has the brilliant idea of using his electrified knife to attack it and breaks free from its grasp. The Amazo suddenly starts shooting lasers from his eyes, which Batman covers with exploding plastique to destroy its head eventually. Batman and Nightwing return to the thieves to continue their interrogation, who admits that they are working for the Red Hood. Out of nowhere, the thieves get shot down by a sniper from afar, who Batman suspects are the Red Hood. Batman chases after the Red Hood with the Batwing, catches up to it, and hooks to the car's hood with its grapple. The Red Hood released its hood and made it to the Ace Chemicals factory. Batman makes his way inside through the skylight when he is reminded of the past. Red Hood claims that this was the place of Batman's rather first significant failure when he chases after a mistaken identity of the Red Hood, who falls into a vat of boiling chemicals and dies. Red Hood then shoots at the crashed car that was leaking gasoline, which burned the place after it exploded. Batman returns to the Batcave trying to figure out who the Red Hood is, when he realizes he must ask a source at Arkham Asylum. Batman and Nightwing meet with Joker, who interrogates him about the Red Hood. Joker tries to antagonize Batman by saying that Nightwing is still better than Jason Todd, given that he is dead, rotting in the ground, and food for the worms. In his fury, Batman grabs Joker but eventually lets go of him after realizing that he cannot do anything to the Joker. Before they left, Joker denied involvement in this new guy claiming to be the Red Hood, as he would have gone more theatrical about it to prove that it was Joker holding the strings. The Black Mask is furious after having lost the Amazo shipment. He claims he already had buyers for it and has incurred millions of losses for the lost the Amazo. Not only did the Red Hood try to steal it, but Batman managed to destroy it and keep the rest of the body, which he claims he could have sold for scraps and still make millions. He paints a target on the Red Hood and orders his men to kill him, but little does he know that Batman and the Red Hood have bugged his office and have been listening to their conversation the entire time. Later, the Red Hood shows up and hijacks the Black Mask's weapons shipment when Batman and Nightwing arrive to stop him. The Red Hood tries to make a run for it while Batman and Nightwing give chase. They chased him to a train station where Batman quickly noticed a bomb strapped on one platform. Batman managed to escape, but Nightwing injured himself from the jump. As Red Hood gives his parting words, a train blocks their path, and the Red Hood disappears. Back at the Batcave, Nightwing points out that the Red Hood is skillfully trained and has knowledge of Batman's tactics and gears. When he reviewed the audio recording of his Batsuit, it revealed that the Red Hood knew of Batman's secret identity, which could only mean that the person posing to be the Red Hood is the supposed-to-be-dead Jason Todd. He then remembers when he used to chase criminals with Jason Todd as Robin. He noticed that Jason had grown increasingly violent and bloodthirsty over the years, and he was even forced to stop him several times from killing criminals. The Black Mask is more furious than ever and has decided to take the offensive this time. He orders his men to attack the Red Hood's businesses to draw him out in the open. When the Red Hood does show up, the fearsome Hand of Four waits. Although the Red Hood is skilled, he is outnumbered and forced onto his knees when Batman arrives to help him. Although they defeat 3 of them, the 4th one gets too close and holds the Red Hood hostage. Batman asks him to let him go when Red Hood understands Batman's brilliant idea to taser the guy. But instead of incapacitating him, Red Hood brutally kills him. Batman tries to reason with him, saying he is becoming more of a crime lord by stealing the Black Mask's territories and killing anyone in his way. Red Hood explains that he is cleaning up Gotham more than Batman could try to control crime rather than stop it. While Batman tries to prevent crime by enforcing fear on the criminals, Red Hood questions him about what happens to the ones who aren't afraid of him and continue their criminal activities. Red Hood claims he does what Batman refuses: kill criminals when needed. Batman offers his help, but the Red Hood rejects it and disappears. Batman later confirms that the Red Hood is indeed Jason Todd after cross-matching the blood he found at the fight with his DNA, to which even Alfred was shocked. Meanwhile, the Black Mask grows ever furious about the Red Hood's involvement, to which he wonders why Batman has not stopped him yet. Suddenly, he finds a crosshair on him, and he sees the Red Hood aiming with a rocket launcher. He runs towards the stairwell and survives the Red Hood's assassination attempt on his life. He plans on breaking free from the Joker after being driven by the Red Hood in his desperation. After buying off some guards at Arkham Asylum, Joker meets with the Black Mask to negotiate with him to take out the Red Hood. Joker quickly took out all the Black Mask's bodyguards and requested a truck and some men at his disposal. Meanwhile, back at Wayne Manor, Batman checks the grave of Jason Todd and later discovers it was a synthetic meat suit intended to look like Jason. He later travels to the mountain fortress Nanda Parbat to confront Ra's al Ghul of the fake corpse. Ra's admits that back then he did hire Joker to distract Batman long enough for him to destroy European banks. What he did not consider was Joker's madness when he took Jason and killed him. Batman claims that Ra's was never afraid of drawing first blood, but Ra's explains that it was always with a purpose, but what happened to Jason was simply madness from a madman. Feeling guilty, he tried to make amends by taking Jason to the Lazarus Pit, where it successfully revived him. Following his miraculous resurrection, he was driven insane and escaped where he could never be seen. Ra's tried to search for him, but there was no body to be found, and the trail had gone cold. It wasn't until recent incidents at Gotham that he realized Jason was back. Later, Alfred tries to comfort him by saying it is not Batman's fault. Batman insists it was his greatest failure, Jason's life and death. He explains that he knew he was dangerous when he first met Jason. If he hadn't made him into Robin at the time, he would have grown to be a criminal. Now, Jason has taken everything Batman has taught him and turned it against him. Suddenly, news came in that Joker had taken people hostage at Gotham Bay Bridge. He had drug lords at the back of the truck intent on setting them on fire, including the Black Mask and his men. Red Hood makes his appearance and reveals that he planned this all along. He knew that when the Black Mask grew desperate, he would break the Joker out of Arkham, given that only he had the means to do so. Red Hood explains that everything has gone according to his plans for this fated reunion between them. As Joker wonders who Red Hood is, Batman arrives, douses the flames, sets ablaze, and grabs Joker. Red Hood leaps and frees Joker, and they both disappear into the water. Red Hood later invites Batman to Crime Alley to meet. While waiting for Batman, Red Hood uses this chance to get back at Joker and beats him with a crowbar. As Batman reminisces on the first time he met Jason, who tried to steal the wheels of his Batmobile, Red Hood appears before him. After a quick exchange of fists, Batman tries to reason with Jason, but Jason wouldn't listen to him. While he has Batman at knife point, he teases him by saying that his greatest failure has returned from the grave to become a better Batman than him. As Jason tried to run off from him, Batman managed to stick close to him and explained that he would not become better than him being this way. Jason's emotions get the better of him when he explains that he forgives Batman for not saving him in time, but is angry and upset as to why the Joker is still alive. He claims that if the situation was reversed and the Joker killed Batman, he would spend the rest of his life looking for Joker and ending him. Batman explains that killing Joker would be too easy to subject him to every torture he has done to others, but doing that would be going to a place that he would not be able to return to. When Jason's words cannot get through to Batman, he tries to force his hand by tossing him a gun while he points the gun at Joker. He gives him an ultimatum that if he would not kill Joker, he would do it himself, and if he ever wanted to stop him, he would have to shoot him. Batman throws the gun away and turns his back on him. When Jason shot at him, he dodged and threw a batarang at the gun's nozzle, and it blew up. With Jason's hand in a mess, he grabs the detonator to reveal that the place is filled with explosives. With only seconds left on the timer, Batman tries to stop the explosive, but Joker stops him. Batman breaks free and runs to grab Jason before the building explodes. After the explosion, Batman is seen digging up Joker under the rubble, but nothing is shown about what happened to Jason. Later that night, Nightwing is seen listening in on the news about how the Black Mask is under investigation for his alleged participation in freeing Joker. Meanwhile, Joker is returned to Arkham, where they assure them that another escape would be impossible, and Ra's is seen flying off into the horizon. Batman is reminded of when Jason first donned his Robin outfit at the Batcave. He was so excited to go out on patrol with Batman, claiming that it was the best day of his life. The end. Thank you for watching. What did you think of this movie? And please don't forget to check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.